Hello, friends. The confirmed assassination of Iran's supreme leader Ayatollah Ali Khamenei in a US Israeli airstrike during Operation Epic Fury represents one of the most consequential political assassinations of the 21st century. For nearly 4 decades, Khamenei stood at the apex of Iran's political, military, and ideological system. His death is not merely the removal of a leader, but the decapitation of the central node holding together a complex web of clerical authority, military power, ideological legitimacy, and political patronage. Leadership decapitation has historically produced mixed outcomes. In some cases, such as Nazi Germany after Hitler's death, regimes collapsed rapidly. In others, such as North Korea, after Kim Il-sung, regimes survived and even strengthened. Iran's future now stands at precisely such a crossroads. The consequences extend far beyond Iran. Israel faces intensified retaliation and heightened existential stakes. The Middle East confronts the possibility of regional war. Major powers such as Russia and China see opportunities amidst chaos. Energy markets tremble, and for ordinary Iranians, the death of their supreme leader ushers in a period of fear, uncertainty, and potentially profound transformation. The assassination marks not the end of a conflict but the beginning of a far more dangerous phase. To understand the implications of Khamenei's death, one must first understand his unique position in Iran's political architecture. Unlike conventional authoritarian rulers, Khamenei was not merely a political leader but the embodiment of the Islamic Republic's ideological legitimacy. As supreme leader, he controlled the military, judiciary, intelligence services, and key economic institutions. He appointed military commanders, influenced elections, and determined national strategy. Political scientist Wilfred Bukta described the supreme leader as the pivot around which the entire Iranian system revolves. Khamenei's authority was particularly crucial in balancing competing factions, hardline clerics, pragmatic politicians, and the powerful Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps or IRGC. His personal authority often prevented factional disputes from escalating into open conflict. His death removes this stabilizing force. What remains is a system built for centralized authority suddenly forced to operate without its central figure. Khamenei's death has created an immediate leadership vacuum with profound implications. Iran's constitution provides a mechanism for succession through the Assembly of Experts, a clerical body tasked with appointing the next supreme leader. However, constitutional procedures may prove less decisive than raw political power. The IRGC, Iran's most powerful military and economic institution, is now likely the decisive actor. Over decades, the IRGC has evolved from a revolutionary militia into a vast political, military, and economic empire controlling significant portions of Iran's economy and security apparatus. As historian Arwand Abrahamian noted, the Revolutionary Guard has become the backbone of the Islamic Republic. The key question is whether the IRGC will support a clerical successor dominate behind the scenes or transform Iran into a more explicitly military led regime. Iran's immediate response has been widespread missile and drone attacks against Israel and US bases across the region. These retaliatory strikes serve several purposes beyond military retaliation. They reinforce regime legitimacy, demonstrate strength to domestic audiences, and deter further attack. Political scientist Kenneth Waltz observed that states seek survival above all else. Iran's retaliation is therefore less about revenge and more about preserving regime credibility and deterrence. However, Iran also faces constraints. Full scale war with the United States would risk regime destruction. Iran's strategy is therefore likely to remain calibrated, strong enough to deter, but limited enough to avoid catastrophic escalation. Meanwhile, Israel faces the paradox of strategic success and heightened vulnerability. Eliminating its most powerful adversary's leader represents a historic achievement. Yet, it also increases the risk of unpredictable retaliation from a regime fighting for its survival. The economic consequences of Khamenei's death are immediate and severe. Iran's economy was already fragile due to sanctions, inflation, and structural inefficiencies. Leadership uncertainty has accelerated capital flight, currency collapse, and financial instability. Economic crises often weaken regimes, but they do not automatically produce democratic transitions. Instead, they often produce more authoritarian systems. Political economist Manke Olson argued that authoritarian regimes often respond to instability by increasing coercion rather than liberalization. Globally, the conflict has triggered sharp increases in oil prices due to fears of disruption in the Strait of Hormuz. Even the threat of disruption can produce significant economic consequences. Energy importing countries such as India and Europe face inflationary pressures. Exporters such as Russia may benefit from higher prices. The economic consequences illustrate how regional conflicts can produce global economic instability. The greatest beneficiary of Khamenei's death may be the IRGC. Originally created to defend the revolution, the IRGC has evolved into Iran's most powerful institution. It controls elite military units, intelligence networks, and vast economic assets. With the supreme leader gone, the IRGC now possesses unmatched organizational cohesion and coercive capacity. Political scientist Samuel Huntington emphasized that control of the military is the ultimate foundation of political power. If the IRGC consolidates control, Iran may transition from clerical authoritarianism to military authoritarianism. Such a transition would likely produce a more nationalist and militarized regime, less constrained by clerical ideology but equally resistant to Western influence. From Israel's perspective, the killing of Khamenei represents a historic strategic achievement. Khamenei was the architect of Iran's anti-Israel regional strategy. His removal weakens Iran's ideological coherence and strategic coordination. However, Israel now faces significant risks. Leaderless regimes can behave unpredictably. Internal power struggles may produce more aggressive actors seeking legitimacy through confrontation. Israeli strategist Martin Van Creveld warned that war creates dynamics that neither side fully controls. Israel's security environment may become more volatile rather than more stable. The broader Middle East now faces profound uncertainty. Regional proxy network, including Hezbollah and other allied groups, may escalate attacks to demonstrate continued relevance and loyalty. Alternatively, these groups may weaken without centralized Iranian leadership. Regional powers such as Saudi Arabia and Turkey may seek to exploit Iran's weakness to expand their influence. The Middle East has historically experienced periods of instability following leadership transitions. The 2003 Iraq War demonstrated how regime decapitation can produce prolonged instability rather than immediate stability. Iran's future may follow a similarly unpredictable trajectory. Russia and China stand to benefit strategically from the crisis. Both countries oppose US intervention and seek to reduce American global influence. Prolonged US involvement in the Middle East diverts resources and attention from Europe and Asia. China, as Iran's largest oil customer, may gain increased leverage over a weakened and isolated Iran. Russia may position itself as a diplomatic mediator while benefiting economically from higher oil prices. Chinese strategist Sun Tzu observed that opportunity multiplies as it is seized. Both powers are likely to exploit the crisis strategically while avoiding direct military involvement. India faces serious economic risks due to its dependence on Middle Eastern energy imports. Rising oil prices could increase inflation and slow economic growth. India also faces diplomatic challenges balancing its relationships with Israel, Iran, and Gulf states. Pakistan faces risks of refugee flows and border instability. Europe faces economic and political consequences from rising energy prices and potential refugee flows. These secondary effects illustrate the global interconnectedness of regional conflicts. Khamenei's death has dramatically increased uncertainty, but regime collapse remains far from inevitable. The most likely scenario is regime continuity under new leadership, with the IRGC playing a dominant role. A second possibility is internal power struggle leading to instability or fragmentation. A third but less likely possibility is gradual political reform driven by internal pressures. History suggests that authoritarian regimes often survive leadership decapitation. The Soviet Union survived Stalin's death. China survived Mao's death. North Korea survived Kim Il sung's death. Iran may follow a similar path. For ordinary Iranians, the consequences are profound. Economic hardship, political repression, and uncertainty define daily life. Leadership transitions often produce increased repression as regimes seek to maintain control. The Iranian people now face an uncertain future shaped by forces beyond their control. The killing of Ayatollah Ali Khamenei represents a historic turning point. It has weakened Iran's leadership, disrupted its political system, and reshaped the strategic balance in the Middle East. Yet, history teaches that regimes often survive leadership decapitation. Power flows not only from individuals but from institutions. In Iran, the IRGC and broader state apparatus remain intact. Israel has achieved a remarkable tactical success, but strategic outcomes remain uncertain. The Middle East now enters a dangerous period of instability in which miscalculation, escalation, and unintended consequences remain constant risks. As political theorist Niccolo Machiavelli observed, it is easier to kill a prince than to destroy a principality. Khamenei is gone. The Islamic Republic remains. Whether it endures, transforms, or collapses will shape global politics for decades to come. Thank you for being with me. I shall soon come up with another video. Bye bye till then.